Good evening, guys. Do you hear me? Please confirm. Okay, great. So just give me a minute. I'm going ahead and sharing the screen. So you guys can see the screen, correct? Right. I'm going ahead and sharing the screen now. How about now? Okay. So let's see, guys. Let me know what we have done in the last session. Yesterday was jump back busy with the escalations, so there was no class. So tell me what we done in the last class. Quick. You have to remind me so that I'll continue from there. Okay, so we were talking about monitoring. Yes. So we were talking about the monitoring. So with that, we done the comparison, right? So we also saw the comparison table and everything seems to be good. And even I gave some homework and two two of your classmates have sent me their homework and it's a good job. First of all, I appreciate them. It's a good job. So the note seems to be good. Okay, that's fine. Then let's proceed from now. So today we have to see the DevOps stuff PDF. So let me open up the PDF stuff. Okay. Okay, so this is where, guys. So this entire PDF. So we already crossed a lot of stuff here. So we were at this point. So this is where we have to see the DevOps stuff. Okay, so from here we need to continue. So this is an official definition of the DevOps, right? So keep in mind, DevOps was evolved as a practice. Very important point, as a practice to solve the problems of the agile. Even the Patrick, the inventor, he never imagined that he was going to create a model. So his intention was to take some corrective actions. That's the reason he first done some trials, right? So that practice went on and altogether attained the capacity of SDLC today. So that is how it evolved. It did not happen overnight, guys. It took almost like 6 to 7 years consistent practice and improvement upon this. Today we see this as a model. Now coming to the simple definition here. So the people say that DevOps is a union of people. They say that it's a union of people, process, products. See, union of people and process and products to enable the continuous delivery of value to our end users. So to enable the value to our end users. Okay, so that's a primary tagline. So this whatever definition that you see on the screen, please make a note. The reason is the whatever the big fishes that you have across the global in IT sector, they majorly accept this definition. Again, when you go to the Microsoft way of understanding DevOps looks little different. Let's say IBM understanding of DevOps looks different. Getting the point? So different brands are trying to promote their own innovative or little you can say enhanced stuff of DevOps. But the common one that is across the IT community is it's a union of people, process, and products to enable the continuous delivery of value to our end users. Now, coming to the core components of DevOps. So, this question can be targeted if you are a fresher, guys. Normally, experienced people they would target a difference between an agile and DevOps. So that is super common. But when you're directly sitting for a DevOps interview and you say that I'm a fresher, this question is highly probable. They can ask you what are the core components of DevOps. So the core components of the DevOps are three. One is people, process, and tools. So the people pillar, or you can say these are the three pillars of the DevOps. The people pillar is trying to help us to work on collaborate more, share the common goals across the teams, focus on the improvement. So this core principle is the agenda is to bring the people together. So that's the core agenda of the people pillar. Now, when you talk about the process, so DevOps process are enhanced in such a way that they would eliminate the waste, increase the efficiency, and streamline the feedback. So overall, the process is to have a better delivery system. So we are delivering faster value. So that's the tagline of your process pillar. And if you're talking about the tools, so tools in DevOps will help us to enhance the productivity, enhance the collaboration, and facilitate a lot of experimentation. So these are the three benefits that you have if you are going ahead with the tools. But again, tools itself is an very core DevOps strategy. As I keep on telling, DevOps believes in automation. To implement the automation, tools are required. So this is a strategy of DevOps itself. Okay, nice. Now, going on to the fundamental principles of DevOps. So if you are going on to the fundamental principles of the DevOps, they say that it is a culture. So that is what I was telling. So initially it started with a simple formula called culture. Culture means something to change, right? So which you can carry over a period. So the changes are implemented over a period. So it's a culture. Then altogether it developed as an SDLC. Now today we see it as a new way of producing your software projects and entirely believes in automation using the tools. And fourth point is super important. So fourth point says it's all about the faster changes with stability. The primary objective of the DevOps is faster changes with stability. So faster is what client will expect. Changes will what the development team expects or company expects, or you can say development team focuses on the changes. And the stability is a focus area of the operations team. So everybody are united. See here in the simple tagline, faster changes with stability, everybody are united. So faster is the focus area for the clients, changes is the focus area for the development team, and stability is the focus area for whom, guys? Operations. Correct? The next, moving on to why we use the DevOps tools for automation. And this is also very star rated. Wherever I stress little focus and tell you that, okay, you need to focus here. So these are all frequently asked questions in the DevOps interviews, guys. Okay. So please also put this as star rated. So why we have to use a lot of tools in DevOps? So first of all, when the DevOps was evolving, automation tools were evolving. So at same point of time, so Patrick has experimented using use case of automation and cloud technologies in the trial basis, and the results were effective. So the new methodology is to go over the automation. So that's the reason we are using a lot of tools here. And these tools will eliminate the human-made mistakes, waste, and rework, right? And also quickly we can enhance the productivity, and also we can measure the productivity and feedback also. And a lot of collaborations and experimentations are possible if you are going ahead with use case of tools in DevOps. Now, if you're talking about the layman definition of the DevOps, so here also one more important point to be noted. This is also star rated. Layman definition. So this is a layman definition means, let's say an IT professional can talk like this without going too much technical. He can say that DevOps is a practice of operations team, developmental engineers, and all other stakeholders participating together in entire life cycle, right from design development to the production support. And interestingly, this is the first method, or you can say first SDLC, which recognized the participation of all other stakeholders. This is very, very important point, guys. You consider the waterfall, you consider the agile, or any other model that came up between these two eras, you can say all modules or all models have recognized the contribution of only the development team and only the operations team. Now the question comes is, do you think a software company can be successful only with the development team and operations team? Don't you find the other third persons here which are contributing, whether they are contributing directly or indirectly, that is secondary, but contributions are also coming from third person. Do you agree with that statement, guys? So what happened is, an earlier model, they took the contributions of, or you can say the value addition system of contribution from development team and only operations, and they did not give the value addition to the other, what you can say, the minor components which are helping in your driving your service delivery of your project. So that was missing. So this model first time, even Patrick, because this model is came from Patrick. So Patrick was telling that not only the operations team, not only the development team, so we have to recognize all other third persons who are participating in our service life cycle, and their weightage is also there. If you agree, say yes, guys. Do you agree with that statement? See, this is super interesting, because when you do a little comparative study from last 40 or 50 years of understanding the models, they never spoke about this third party contribution. Okay, their weightage was not there. Now we have realized their weightage. Patrick is trying to realize their weightage. And there is a simple slogan here which says working together, right? So which talks about working together. So DevOps is all about working together, guys. Everybody are responsible. So if any issues come out, right? So we cannot finger point saying that, okay, this you do, this I do, this does not come under my department. No. Right? I'll show you a live example. Okay, just a live example today it happened. What I was finger pointing, I told you now in some methodologies finger pointings happen. So you can see some this okay, just now 1 hour ago happened. So this is one ticket, okay, and some pipeline was failing. This is the pipe. This pipeline was failing. You got it? So 5 hours ago, I spent some time on investigating on it why this pipeline was failing, and I have written my document. I mean to say my notes, what I observed. If it is comes under my purview, I'll fix it. So I found that tenant was already configured. I said, see, deployment failed. Here is a link. And this deployment is failing because some table in the database was missing. You understood what I'm talking? See guys, one team concept. We work on DevOps model only, my project. So I've written telling that the scope of the error message seems to be issue with the table. The table was missing. Some database. In that database, they missed some table. They forgot to create. And that is the reason that pipeline was failing. And immediately I asked for instance of DBA. If this was an agile model, I have to do a lot of RCA and submit the record and then get approved. So immediately DBA assistance. Just a half an hour ago, I gave out a call saying that you can see there is an issue call out request on this needs a DBNS. Immediately response. You just see it was pinged at 9:30, 7:30. And shortly in 14 minutes, Syed Ali was triggered. So this is a DBA guy. It's a one-time concept. That's the reason I was able to trigger. And he spent some time and he came out with his analysis saying that some SQL code was missing. See, he gave very lengthy stuff and he's asking the developer to pitch in now. So now developer started already looking into this. You understood, guys, what I'm trying to say about this oneness? This is what you need to understand here. The ideology is to make you understand that when the team is one, we quickly pitch in each other, help out each other, and end of the day, we have to get the problem fixed, right? So we cannot fight among ourselves saying that, okay, DBA, you please work, this doesn't come under us. So this kind of things doesn't happen in this model. Clear? So that is how. Now, there's a famous slogan here. We can say that it is right from code to the production. Now, this is a life cycle, guys. Please make a note of life cycle. Please write the phases of DevOps. So the first phase is plan, and the second phase is code. See, design is gone. We already explained you why the design they eliminated, correct? When we were doing some comparative analysis between the Agile and DevOps in previous class, I told you that in DevOps, you don't have a design, right? All the design activities have been merged into the plan. Code and then build. So this is a new phase, which also we studied under comparative study, why they had it build. So build was given a weightage here, right? So which was delaying the process. So build is an highly automated phase. The next phase is test. The next phase is release. And next phase is deploy. And next phase is operate and monitor. And you need to write one new phase here at the end. So if I write like this in a notes. So if somebody asks what are the phases of DevOps? And you have to be very, very careful in listening to the question also. So DevOps phases is plan, design, code, build, test, release. Okay. What else? Next one, deploy, operate. We'll see what is an operate shortly. And then monitoring, right? How many count them, guys? So plan, design, code 3. And these are 3, 6, 7. Okay, you need to eliminate. Sorry, I forgot to. You need to remove this. Okay. So count them. See, plan, code, build, test for 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? I told you that DevOps is currently 9. Right? So if you count them, these are 8 only. So the 9th phase, industry added. In the whenever, see, the point I'm trying to tell you is Patrick has suggested only the 8. But what happened is from last 4 to 5 years, IT community started, that means recent trend in the DevOps is they started a phase called feedback now. Feedback is also become a phase now. Clear? So in the original proposal of the Patrick, there was no feedback at all. But community has added after using the DevOps model, a lot of IT industries or a lot of IT companies come up with a proposal saying that we added feedback to this DevOps. You understood the point, guys, what I'm saying? So this is a recent trend. From last 4 to 5 years, the recent trend analysis in the DevOps, we see a new phase is emerging that is called feedback. So this is the DevOps of whose? Come again, confirm. This is a DevOps of which guy? This is where you have to be super, super careful, guys. Patrick, okay? Patrick, simply. Now I'll open up some other fellow's DevOps model. Just hold on. IBM DevOps. Just give me a minute, guys. So I'm trying to find IBM DevOps for you. Okay, so let's say, let me confirm. So their diagrams look a little different. No, this is not. Hold on. So these are different proprietary right of another company, but I cannot share this. But let me. Okay, so this is an IBM DevOps case. This is what I'm talking. You see this IBM DevOps overview? Don't you think the steps are looking somewhat familiar? Do you agree? So they say first plan and measure. You just apply the same meanings what Patrick has given. So that means IBM, what they done is, see, these companies like Microsoft or let's say Google or let's say this like IBM, they would have very good experience of implementing the software projects, correct? So any third person comes up in the middle and says that, okay, this is a new model. They will not be able to digest, guys. So that is what happens. They will not be able to digest. So what they do is they take best out of that and try to put their experience on that and try to modify that suits to their architecture or suits to their implementation. So that is what exactly happens. So according to the IBM, they say that the DevOps lifecycle looks like this. So plan and measure, develop and test, release and deploy, monitor and optimize. So if you apply all these meanings, all these words meanings, can I say that you are finding these meanings here also? How many of you agree, guys, what Patrick has given? See, Patrick's meaning is somewhat similar to the IBM. So that is what you need to learn. See, whenever you sit for an interview, so you have to be very careful what question is asking. Okay, so he's bothering about standard DevOps or he's asking about Azure DevOps or IBM DevOps or let's say what I'm talking, Azure DevOps or AWS DevOps or IBM DevOps. So generally, you have to be careful. So let's say you worked with an IBM client. Imagine, let's say you told that I work in IBM and IBM projects. Then what kind of DevOps model you express in the interview case? Will you talk about Patrick or will you talk about IBM model? This is how they can analyze you so super easy. You have to talk about IBM model, not Patrick. You understood the difference, guys? Let's say you keep a fake resume of 3 to 4 years saying that I worked in IBM client and we do the DevOps projects there. Then IBM believes in their own methodology of IBM DevOps, correct? Right? So you have to talk about the phases of IBM DevOps. Got it? And if you're not able to remember IBM DevOps, then you can say this pages also. This will also work as a second backup. But technically, that is what you have to be very tricky enough. Okay, nice. Then this is a guy who developed the DevOps model. This guy is nothing but the hero, the inventor, Patrick DeVos. So you can see his statement is saying that to encourage the people to think in a holistic way that about software development and software support in a holistic way. See, so development and support. Development means development team, support means operations team. So he's asking us to think that in a holistic way. That means in a unique way, rather than dividing them, rather than dividing two separate activities. That is the intention of the Patrick. That is what he's asking us, that it's an entire one team concept. And this is a little small story which I already told you in the class about how overnight this DevOps evolved, how it took some time, right? And this is a Patrick DeVos, and you can ignore this person. And second most important person is Andrew Schaffer. So this guy is an inventor of the principles of the DevOps, or you can say inventor, but this guy's contribution is a lot. Wherever some international conferences happen on IT, and this guy used to land up there, Andrew Schaffer, and he is to promote the principles of DevOps ideology. So that is how the spread of the DevOps happened. The second most important contribution is Andrew Schaffer. And this guy is not important for us, but still you need to know why this guy's picture is here. So John Allspaw is one of the person once upon a time Yahoo director. He once upon a time Yahoo company director. And Yahoo was the first company, first big company you can say, which trusted the Patrick principles. So whatever Patrick was implementing, so John Allspaw trusted him, right? And he asked the Patrick team to experiment the DevOps stuff in their Yahoo projects. So that is how the growth happened. A big fish which suddenly gave, or you can say, a kind of an impression to the Patrick was Yahoo company only. And promoter is, as I already told you, it's a Google actually. Now coming to the values of the DevOps here. This first statement is also famous. You will see this kind of statement everywhere circling on the internet web pages. So that statement is, DevOps is an approach or a culture to bridge the gap between agile development process and operations. The statement itself is telling you that there is a gap. Gap means there is some kind of conflict, and that conflict happened because of iteration process. Got it? So that is what happened. So DevOps seems to be working better to resolve those conflicts and collaborate mindsets of Dev and Ops, establish cross-functional teams, sharing responsibility, increasing quality of the feedback, automation, and see the most important point is last one. The finger pointings and inefficiencies in your projects have come down. That's the biggest achievement where the DevOps is doing. So inefficiencies and finger pointings are coming down. There is no too much focus on the, let's say, a rule book here. The focus is more on value of the system rather than focusing on the rule book save. That is what DevOps ideology is. The next, and if you're talking about the benefits of the DevOps after implementation, we can say that we are able to do the deployment frequency. We are able to do deployments more frequent. This is also another advantage, guys. Normally in agile oriented projects, in a quarter, or let's say in a month, they will hardly do 2 or 3 deployments. That is an average data talking from agile. So 2 or 3 deployments, or you can say in a quarter, they will have quarterly updates. That is how they are managing. But in the DevOps ideology, it is very much possible that your team will have the capability to perform the releases into the market of your application on everyday basis. That is also possible. That is also possible, guys. So that is possible in this methodology, and that has been already proven also. So I'm not talking only simply saying possible, that is proven. So currently the deployment frequency is high in the DevOps than Agile. So in Agile, let's say in a sprint, let's say in a 15 days, you can do 1 or 2. Okay. But in DevOps, you can try even 5 to 6 releases also. That means we are more productive here. And we are trying to deliver at faster rate. So this is true because this is a true. If this is true, guys, this will also be true. And we are able to reduce the failure rate in the releases. So this is one more interesting point. The data says that, please write down in this in your class notes, the data of Gartner. Do you know who is a Gartner first of all? Anybody here? First of all, do you know what is a Gartner company? Any clue? Asif Khan, Anjuna, Altif, Chamundeshwari, Divya, Nayak, Mohanty, Kasugotis. So basically, Gartner, yeah, the fact is, simple fact, guys. If I ask a simple question, can you tell me the international brand company on, let's say, electronics? What names you'll take it, guys? What names you'll take? International brand company on electronics. Whom do you consider? Is it Philips? Or is it Samsung? Or is it Panasonic? So thumb rule, you go to any country, majority of the people will give the vote for Philips only. So that is an international brand on electronics. Okay. So we have Samsung. These are all secondary before Philips actually. Okay. And next, likewise, the international brand company on statistics, data, statistics, that is Gartner. That's it. Simple logic. So international brand company on statistics is Gartner. So Gartner releases the data twice in a year of every sector. Every sector, they'll spend a lot of time in auditing the sector, coming out with some realistic data, and they do it twice in a year. And data will be almost accurate. That's the reason they are brand in statistics. Now, according to the Gartner, they say that agile success rate is 94% if you're following agile principles. And there are some companies who have good experience. That means big companies or big fishes, you can say. They have very good experience and they are able to achieve around 96 to 97%. That is what Gartner report is telling. Okay. Now, the same report is telling you that a company which is following the DevOps, they're inbuilt. If you just follow the principles in a right direction, they are able to get 96% success rate. And the experienced companies, those who can manage their, what you can say, the software affairs properly, or you can say the software production properly because of their experience, it says, the report says that they are able to achieve 98 to 99%. You getting the answer, guys, what I'm talking? So if this is the case, what is the flaw rate here? What is the flaw rate here, guys? 4 to 3%. Do you agree? If you talk experienced companies, hardly 4 or 3%. So that means in the DevOps, you're able to reduce the failures. Higher success rate means automatically we have reduced the failures only. Correct? So that is what this point is means. And fourth point is interesting. So shorten the lead time between the fixes. Do you know what is the meaning of a lead time? Hot fixes. Generally, we call that as hot fixes. So what is the meaning of hot fixes, guys? Cold fixes, hot fixes. There are two types of fixes are there. Hot fix and cold fix. Okay, hot fix means very urgent. Okay, not even same day. They don't expect you even in the same day. They want the things to fix in couple of minutes or in hours. That means the production issues are called hot fixes. Got it now what I'm talking? If issues coming out of your production server and something is on priority, those are called hot fixes. So the time taken to fix that hot fixes drastically has come down. In DevOps model, the primary reason is use case of Dockers and Kubernetes. Did you heard Dockers and Kubernetes, guys? Did you heard? That is a major reason. The reason is in the DevOps we use a lot of Dockers or containers, we call it as, and use case of Kubernetes that has helping the organizations to cut down their time. Let's imagine an issue has come up in agile oriented projects where they don't use, let's say, Docker or a Kubernetes. Example, guys, just an example, right? So for an issue, they may take about, let's say, half an hour to 1 hour. Okay, half an hour to 1 hour priority. They will fix it. But the same use case in DevOps model, you got an issue and the application is hosted on Docker and Kubernetes. You can fix the issue in hardly less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. So who is on the better side, guys? Don't you think companies will like this approach? Tell me, don't you like companies will like this approach now? So companies don't like to have the hot fixes to be on a prolonged time. They want the things to be fixed quickly. And the time to taken to fix that concern or an issue arised out of production server, that time we call it as lead time. Clear? Lead time is only applicable in the production server, guys. Are we clear on this point? This I'm telling you the point. The reason is those who want to put fake, this all terminologies will help you. Okay, if you call them AHT gone. What is AHT? This is another trouble. I'm telling you frankly, there is some word called AHT. AHT. What is the full form of AHT? Average handling time or handle time. Correct? More correct is handling time. This is used in call centers when you talk to the client. So if you use this terminology when you're talking the DevOps gone, they'll understand that, okay, you don't know the production stuff. So if you're talking about production stuff, we call that as lead time. And the fix, we call that as hot fix. Cold fix are can wait. Even let's say issue came out today and we can fix it tomorrow also, day after tomorrow also. That means non-production issues are called cold fixes. Clear? Okay, so let's jump in here. Improve the mean time to the recovery, faster changes with stability, enhanced customer experience, increased capacity to innovate, and faster value to the time to the value. So rest of the statements are can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay, my mic got disconnected. Sorry. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is, so first 4 to 5 points are super important for the technical interview perspective. So if you say that lower reduced failure rates in the releases, then how it is possible? You have to talk about the data only. The data will tell you that this happened, right? Nice. Now moving on to the next. Okay, these are all other things. Increased speed, increased quality. These are all fancy statements. You can apply everywhere. Increased speed, increased quality, and improves innovation. Okay, this is interesting. So what is an outage, guys? Tell me, what is an outage? This also terminology you need to know. Those are freshers. Already working in ITs, they know it. Tell me, guys, outage means what? So please write these points in your book. I'll give an example. First example, normal, always I'll take examples from your life only so that you'll catch the subject easy. First one. So let's say power is there. Power goes only in your home. Only in your home, guys. That's called as an incident. Okay. Incident. Generally, these are all IT terminology. The same logic. Power goes in your colony. That is entire colony or some part of city. That is called outage. Do you agree now? See, the proportion of understanding is proportion. So how it is differing from your home to the colony? We are trying to take the proportion of impact, correct? It's only for you, then it's an incident. Now it is impacting some couple of people also, like colony, or let's say city, or a state, or a country. Still we call that as an outage. Got it now? And the same thing frequently is happening. Frequency is high. Okay, frequently it is going down. Then that is called problem. So this is nothing but your incident management, problem management. Got it? Okay, now let's jump back to our DevOps stuff here. So in the DevOps, an outage refers to the breakdown of service delivery. This is the right word. Breakdown of your service delivery. This breakdown can happen because of application is completely down. Completely down. Completely down. That means all 100, let's say 100 people are there, all 100 will have an impact, right? Maybe it is a network issue also. Maybe it's in storage. So the reason could be anything, guys. The reason could be anything. At the end of the day, your customer is not able to access it. So that means breakdown of service delivery, right? And if you're considering the proportion here, there is a formula here. How many of you know this? What is a proportion, guys? What is the spelling? I don't know, but I'm forgetting all the spellings. So let's tell me what is the formula here. What formula you will apply? Anybody here from ITL knowledge or service management or service delivery or project management? So out of 100 people, I'll give an example. Let's say an application is up. Okay. 100 people are able to access it. And application is fine. Nothing wrong. Application is nothing wrong, guys. No problem with the application. Okay. 100 people are able, 100 people are supposed to access it. That means supposed value is 100. Estimate is 100. Out of this 100, if it is touches 20% proportion, that means 20% of the people are not able to access. The reason could be anything. An IT company is, or the rule says that you are supposed to consider that situation as an outage only. Clear? Do you agree? Please write this point in your notes, guys. So these are all outage principles or rules, because I'm trying to tell you this stuff because I also teach other subjects so that you should know it better. So simple rule applies. Don't think that only that, don't imagine that only the application goes down, then only we'll apply outage. No. Even if the application is up and 20% of your customer base is not able to access by any reason, whether it is your fault or their fault, considerably you need to consider that as an outage and work on priority. Clear? That's a business principle, guys. Good. Nice. That's an outage stuff. Now, these are all the diagrams, guys. DevOps life cycles. We saw already, I told you, plan, code, build, test, release, deploy, operate, monitor. Please add the last one is feedback. Got it? Now, here we have some picks in place. Some icons are in place. See this icon. This icon indicates that this is plan. And this icon indicates that this is a code. This icon indicates that this is a build. So this icon indicates that this is a test. This is release icon. So this is deploy icon. Okay. So this is operate icon and this is monitoring icon. Are you able to catch these icons? So these are small icons where you should realize that, okay, what is what. So plan icon looks like that, code icon looks like that, build icon, okay, test icon, release icon, deploy icon, right? So, so let me show you some use cases here. So this is my project. You just see the icons, guys, left hand side. What is this? See this icon, what I just highlighted here. This exactly looks like the icon what I told here. Do you agree, guys? See that is the significance of icons. So don't take the icons also light. You should realize, okay, if you're looking at icon, what is that? So that icon indicates deployment stuff. This icon indicates it's a monitoring stuff. This icon indicates that you're monitoring the entire operate means more relevant to the operations and you're monitoring the or driving your project. Okay, management. This is nice. Then next, moving on. Okay, these are all frequently asked questions. So what is a DevOps? What are the core components of DevOps? What are the benefits of DevOps, right? And what do you mean by outage? And what do you mean by lead time? All right now? Good. Now, we'll go ahead with our next stuff. Very important thing. In the DevOps, right, what is a strategy? What strategy you are following? In waterfall, we said it is a phased strategy, correct? We told that it was a phased strategy, right? And in Agile, I told you that that was a iteration strategy, correct? Now, when it comes to the DevOps, what is the strategy here? What is a strategy here? So the strategy is continuous integration strategy. We call that as a CI. The full form of CI is continuous integration strategy. So what is this strategy is telling? So this strategy tells you that we'll have a depth of this CI process when we do the Jenkins case. So at this point of time, I'll just give you simple points, but because in Jenkins, we'll talk about the CI process in depth. There we have to almost spend 1 hour only in theory about what is that CI. So at that point, we have to talk in deep. But at this point of time, you just take the points, okay? The CI believes in, the strategy of the CI believes in that pushing the code, okay? Push the code in small changes. That's the first principle. In Agile, what happens is they push the bulk piece of code onto the server, or you can say like that. But in DevOps, they say that you push the small piece of code which functionally you can test it. And this small piece of code, you can merge into the production line, or generally we call that as master repo or production line after being validated and tested. These are the simple points, guys. So continuous integration believes in pushing regularly the developmental changes or the changes that you developed, right? And those changes should be in smaller in nature and you should merge them and you should merge only after validation and testing only. It's working or not. And after it is validated and tested, then once it is live, you need to get the feedback how it is working. If the feedback is not great, we will revert. If the feedback is great, we'll keep the code. Again, we'll continue. This is a loop here. You getting the point, guys? What I'm talking? This entirely it's a loop process. Again, some more code comes, again integrated, again tested and validated, pushed into the production line and see how it is working. If it is positive, then again, one more code will come. So it's a looping process. It's a completely loop process. So CI itself is a loop process, but the intention is you have to integrate the live changes of code, right, into a production line quickly and small And this should happen in a short time, and you should be in a position to get the feedback quickly. That's the agenda of CI. And there are a lot of parameters in defining the PI case. Roughly 6 to 7 parameters are there. Each parameter has its own principles, and that we are going to discuss in our Jenkins CI class. Are we clear? So at this point, if you want the definition, so continuous integration is all about, please take down this, is all about integrating the live changes of source code into the master branch. People also call this as production after being validated and tested. This is a simple line. So continuous integration is all about integrating live changes of your source code into the master branch after being validated and tested. And so that it helps you to get in, this activity should happen in entirely an automated fashion. And this activity should be happen in a shorter time span. These are all rules we say. And this activity should happen what? You should have in a quick feedback manner. So you should know whether it is working or not. If things are not right, you should be in a position to roll back also. And fifth, the changes that are coming should be smaller, not big. And sixth, and this should be functionally validated. Functionally, you should be in a position to validate them. So you push a code and you don't see the visibility, okay, where to validate? No, that's not the CI. So once you push the code, functionally proven, and you can see the implication in your application, visibility is coming up, then only we say that functionally validated. Got it? So please write all these points, guys. So rollback is itself is a feature in CI case. If something is not working, so you should be in a position to roll back. So let's say 2. Version is deployed. 2. Is not working. I'll revert back to 1.0. I'll show you the live which happened 1 hour ago, the same incident. See. Okay, foundation application I was working. I'll just show the live. I'm just refreshing this. This web application I was working as a DevOps. Okay, DevOps lead. You can see that it was failing here. Do you observe? X indicates it's failing. Okay. This X mark indicates it's failing, guys. Got it now? It is failing. That means this is failing where? In development server. That means some piece of code is not working here. Right? So they approached me. They said that it was, the team approached me saying that it's a pipeline problem. Okay. Then I told them I will revert the code, whatever you guys have written. Okay. So their version is 2.85. You can see this here, number here, 4.2.0.85. And I reverted to the older version. Make sense what I'm talking? Older version is working perfectly. Now, what is the conclusion here? So think like a CBI officer and tell me, guys, or investigation officer like a police and tell me. What does it indicate? Is it a pipeline problem or is it a code problem? Simple logic, common sense stuff. This is correct. It's a code problem. If it is a pipeline problem, right, this will also fail. Correct. So I concluded them telling that, boss, telling that, okay, this is not the pipeline. This is the code. Okay. And I told them, please go ahead and look into the code and come back. That's it. That my duty is done. So now they are working on. See, I don't know who is this guy. Jainasan is struggling hard and made one more change, 2.86. Again, it is not working. So let me see where it is not working. It is crash landing at some DLL file. .NET Foundation.web.dll file is crash landing. Crashed. So containers are not starting. See, these are all containers only. Container starting, right? And one container is not starting. That means they updated code at some place which is not helping it to start. So we have to analyze the code, guys. That's the duty of DevOps engineers. We don't write the code, but at least we should be in a position to read each line and see, okay, where it went wrong. Okay. Fine. Okay, let's come back here. I hope you understood now what I'm talking. So I'm trying to give a live example so that you should be in a position to understand the subject. Okay, that's nice, guys. So strategy you understood, but we'll study in depth at the time of Jenkins CI. Now, the next understanding is you need to know why in the DevOps the operate phase has been come up, and you need to know in the DevOps why there's what is the other one? Feedback has been added. Clear? So why DevOps has introduced operate phase, because which was not there in Agile or not there in other models, but this DevOps says operate is required, feedback they added. So that we'll try to understand tomorrow. Got it now? And I want you guys to download this software because tomorrow this will hardly take 15, half an hour. We'll finish it up. Then we'll jump in to the lab setup, guys. We'll jump in the lab setup. Okay. So tomorrow we'll do the lab setup, but I want you guys to download all the softwares today itself. So please write it. First thing, go to the internet, google.com, and download this software, Oracle VirtualBox, VMbox. Download this only, guys. We do it entirely live in the class only. I want you guys to download. Okay. So download in the live class will take some time. That's the reason. Please download offline. So click on this website, Oracle VMbox. The site is virtualbox.org. Virtualbox.org. What happened? It's not opening. Why? So download this, guys. Download this. So once you come to this page, okay. So this is the web link. I'll put it on the notepad in a bigger font. I want you guys to take a screenshot because I know that you guys will not. What I should do here? Font. Okay. Let's make it 24. Okay. Yeah, take down the screenshot. You have to visit to this place, this site. Okay. So once you came to this site, that means this is a page. Now go ahead and click on this Windows. Those are using the Mac operating system. You need to go to the Mac. Okay. Those are using the Windows. Please use the Windows. So I'll be training you entirely on Windows platform, guys. Windows and Linux only. No Mac, because Mac relevance is not there in DevOps, so you can ignore. So Windows, click on it. Download. That is what you need to do. Just keep it downloaded, guys. Don't install. Done. That's the first activity. Okay. The next site. So visit this place. One more website. Google.com. And what is that site? CentOS 7 download. Just use this word, CentOS 7 download. You'll come to this site, download CentOS. So once you come to this site, so web link is here. Okay. Web link is here. So once you come to this, what you have to do? Okay. Now this is one trouble students also make a mistake. So I'm repeating twice. You have choice between CentOS OS stream and CentOS Linux. So I want you guys to make sure that you click on this only, this one. And then here you need to download this one. This. That's it. This. Okay, the first one, x86-64. Am I clear? Kirti, Kumar, Sravya, Mani K, Mayuri, Maunika, Nagireddy, Rajat, Shankar, Pavan, Bhagat. Okay, nice. Fine. Once you come up here, click on this x86-64. Okay, so click on that, and it will open up another page, which looks like your movie sites only now. Right? You have all the links here. You can click on any link and download. That's it. So you have a lot of links here. Preferably, I'll go from first three always, any of these three. So preferably, I'll go with the, let's say, second one. You can click on anything, guys. Nothing wrong. I'm clicking on second. So here I reached to this page. Again, you write this in your class notes, guys. Once you reach to this final page, you have lot of choices. You have, see, you have different copies. You have DVD copy. See here, DVDs. This is everything copy, and this is minimal copy, and this is net install copy. So 4 different types of downloads are there. So our target is to bother only about minimal copy. That means I'll highlight this block. Minimal. Okay. This is a block. In the minimal, this is 1, 2, and 3 copies are there. Now you guys have to tell me in these 3 copies what I should download. I want to know from you, then I'll do anyway, give the right answer. ISO is the right choice. Don't download the torrent. Okay. So you have ISO. I preferably go with this one, guys. So exactly it is 1 GB. You just remember the number 1 GB 164 minimal 2009 ISO. Am I clear on this point? You have to click on it, it will download. So these are the 2 softwares you guys have to download, keep it on your machine ready for tomorrow. Is it fair? If you start doing this tomorrow, you know what happens, it will take time. That's the reason. Once you're today done with your class, please go ahead and download. And for your information, guys, I got your email IDs from the admin. Okay. So I got your email IDs from the admin. Just give me a minute. Let me pause the recording.
Recording stopped.
Okay. So first, I'll be dropping an email to you, which talks about to join the WhatsApp group. Not today, tomorrow, because almost end of the day now. Tomorrow, by tomorrow, I'll drop an email. So which asks you to join the WhatsApp group. You're all classmates. Second, the same email will bother about ask you to join the Telegram channel that contains all alumni group. A lot of old students are there. Okay. And third, in that email itself, it will ask you to click on some link. It will direct to the form. And in that form, you need to fill up your full name. Okay. Your full name, guys, your first name, last name correctly. And your email ID, which you have given for Naresh IT registration. Okay. And also your mobile number. Got it? So also the mobile number and also your date of birth and the course that you joined. And also your batch code. Your batch code is 31B. Is it 31B? Yeah, 31B. Your batch code is 31B. Okay, that email will contain the WhatsApp group link, Telegram link, and also a form which will direct. Please fill out those details. And this form or whatever details I got it, I'll be going ahead and giving the access to your materials. Clear? And from tomorrow, I'll start tracking your attendances also. So I have a habit of taking attendance, guys. Got it now? So if tomorrow, definitely, I'm guessing before 5 o'clock by evening tomorrow, you'll get the mail from me. And please check in your inbox, and also please check in your junk box also. What is the junk box? We call it as spam also, spam or junk, whatever it is. Please check it. Clear? Okay, now I want to take the questions from your side. You want any homework, guys? I always ready to give the homework. Okay. What is the homework for you? Homework is try to find some little fundamentals of DevOps. And also, I have a habit of sharing your materials also. I mean to say, the homework that you guys make it, I definitely read it, guys. I read. I'll spend at least 2 or 3 minutes, quickly open up and quickly scan. And that document, what if I feel it's good, I'll forward that into your WhatsApp group only. Okay, so that the same homework you guys can see how your colleagues have written. Okay, that can help you to improve your knowledge also. So I want somebody to work on this. It's up to you, whoever it wants. Once you're done, just drop an email to me. Drop email to me. So you guys don't know my email ID. This is my email ID. Okay. So please send me an email. Okay, Anjana is asking the lead time, guys. Simple answer. The lead time. Okay, I'll tell you another way. Okay. So let's say your mobile phone is not working. Imagine you went to Samsung showroom, and once you gave the mobile and the technician is, let's say he just spent 5 minutes of time, and what are the questions you guys would ask generally? First question is you'll ask what happened to my mobile, correct? You agree? That's a funny only, but that's a fact. We ask always, okay, what happened to this? The next question is, we'll ask him what is the cost. Am I right? How much it takes to fix this, correct? And the last metric we keep on asking is a time. Do you agree? Time. So how much time you take it to fix the problem? So that is nothing but lead time. So in your production server, in your real time, guys, once the issue comes out and the time taken by the project, or you can say you guys are involved in the project now. So don't think that only your time is considered. Every day at a upper management level of the project team, they take out all the billings of your tickets, their time, and they see what is the average time our guys are taking to fix a problem. Is it increasing or decreasing? So it should decrease. The time taken to fix a problem should be decreasing. If it is decreasing, definitely it's an indication that you are maintaining a better technology. Do you agree? Understood now? Who is this asked? Anjana? Understood the question. So time taken to fix a problem in your production is called lead time. So lead time, say let's say in a project there are 10 people are there. Okay, they'll collate all the 10 people's data in a month or a week or a day, whatever it could be. That time should decrease over a period of time. If it is decreasing, that means your guys are using better technology and you guys are having mature team. Do you agree? Your team is getting mature. That's an indication. Your team is getting mature. So let's say same reverse engineering technique. Your lead time, even after 3 to 4 months of time or 3 to 4 months in a project, it's keep on increasing. What does it indicate? Overall, in a project total headcount, it's increasing. What does it indicate? These are all management science case, project management knowledge. It's increasing. What does it indicate? So that means we are not using better technology. No, better. These are all possible. That is where they start digging in why this is going wrong. Better technology is missing. Okay. Technology could be a problem. Knowledge could also be a problem. Technicians may not be having a proper knowledge. Correct? Or your team may not be effective. The team itself may not be effective. And there is one more interesting fact, guys. Technology, knowledge, team. There is one more. I want to know. I want to see how many of you answer. There is one more. A lot of things can be answered, but there is one more interesting point here. Think and answer, guys. Technology, knowledge, team. Leader. Do you agree? Leadership, we call it as. The team manager or the leadership, or generally we call that as management. If the leadership is not focusing on their teamwork, or let's say on their team, definitely this will happen. Though you have right technology, though the candidates have the right knowledge, though your team is also effective, if leadership is not great, things will happen like this only. They'll take for granted. You know why your managers keep on running behind you? Some issue arises. They know that this cannot be fixed in 20 or 30 minutes. They also know it, guys. They also know the fact that it cannot be fixed in 30 or 30 minutes. But they still run behind you. What is the reason? The reason is leadership. It's their duty to drive the team for the closure. Correct? If they are if they are lenient, if they are taking the chances, what happens is that issue may not be closed in 30 minutes. It may take 3 hours also. The techies will be in completely in relaxed mode, and that is where danger bells will ring. Understood now, Anjana? I just pitched little more knowledge here. Okay. Any more questions, guys? Okay, I don't see any questions. That's nice. So we'll stop it here for the day, and we'll continue tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I said, Vidya Sagar. So you will get a mail from me.